Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello, this video will give you a brief summary of the poem Kubla Khan written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. First of all, let's have a brief introduction to the poem. Kubla Khan is a famous poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, a poet from the Romantic era. He wrote the poem in 1797 after having a weird dream influenced by opium. The poem talks about the beautiful and sometimes violent landscape around Kubla Khan's summer palace called Xanadu. The speaker in the poem expresses a desire to create his own pleasure palace through song. People interpret the poem in various ways, but it is generally seen as reflecting on the creative power and limitations of poetry. Let us now look at the summary of the poem. In a place called Xanadu, Kubla Khan, a Mongolian leader, told his workers to build a fantastic round building for pleasure and recreation on the banks of the sacred river Aleph. This river flowed through enormous caves that no one could measure, finally reaching an underground ocean. They constructed a place enclosed by walls and towers, spanning 10 miles of fertile land. Inside, there were gardens with sunny streams, sweet-smelling trees, and ancient forests with clearings in the middle. The speaker says that deep, amazing gorge sliced through the green hill between cedar trees. It was a wild and sacred spot, so enchanting that it could feel haunted, like a place where a woman might cry for her devilish lover beneath the crescent moon. From this gorge, with its ever-moving river, a geyser would sometimes burst forth, making the ground seem to breathe heavily. Rocks would fly into the air like hail or scattered grain during harvest. As it tossed up these rocks, the geyser briefly sent the water of the holy river shooting into the air. The river lazily wound its ways for 5 miles through woods and fields before reaching deep caves and flowing quietly into the ocean. In the rushing waters of the caves, Kubla Khan heard his ancestors' voices predicting war. The shadow of Khan's pleasure palace reflected on the waves, and one could hear the geyser's sound mixing with the water rushing through the caves. It was a truly amazing place. Khan's pleasure palace had both sunny areas and icy caves. The speaker says, once in a dream, he saw an Ethiopian woman playing a stringed instrument and singing about a mountain in Ethiopia. If he could recreate the sound of her music and song, it would bring him so much joy that he would build Kubla Khan's pleasure palace in the sky above him, that sunlit dome, those icy caves. Everyone hearing the song would look up in surprise and would shout, "Be careful! Look at his wild eyes and crazy hair! Walk around him 3 times and avoid looking at him. He has eaten the food of the gods and drunk the milk of heaven."